start standing, just allow yourself to place your hands onto your hips. And let's just begin to roll. Close your eyes. Feel yourself go into the outer edges, the inner edges of the feet. Just kind of find out where your balance is. See if you can roll around the center. And let's take it the other way. Eyes don't have to be closed. Notice where you hug in muscles. If you start to lose a little bit of balance, how those muscles change. And then come back to center. Take the legs about shoulder width apart. Toes 90 degrees forward. Take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, let's just lean over to the right. Engage the core muscles, and on an in-breath, bring that left arm up and over. And then just really reach. If it feels safe, look up. On the exhale, look down. Let's take and sweep that left arm back up to the sky and bend into the elbow and bring the back of the left palm onto the back of the head. And then just open up. Bring that left elbow back to the left. Keep navel to spine so you don't hurt the low back. Then on an in-breath, let's lift up and just bring that left elbow down. Use the hand to support the head and look up to the sky. Draw that right shoulder blade back. Really stretch. Bring the chin to the chest and begin to lengthen into that neck. Feel a nice length. And then very gently use the left hand to bring the head back upright. And let's just sweep that left arm up at the sky, and on an exhale, release it all the way down. On an in-breath, let's stretch the right arm up and over, and take a deep stretch. Use the left hand to brace. Roll upward with the head if that feels safe. Look to the earth. Nice deep stretch. Really plant into that right foot as you reach through. Take a deep breath and engage the right intercostal muscles. Really puff out that rib cage. And then bend into the right elbow. Bring that right hand, the palm to the back of the head. Allow yourself to look up if that's safe. Use that right hand to support the head, left hand to support the upper body, and draw that right elbow back. Just find a really nice opening all the way through. Really expanding from the spine, traction with that left hand, and just get really long. I'm feeling a nice stretch here through this right psoas. Looking up with an in-breath and exhale, look down. Allow the right hand to slowly bring that head back up to neutral. And let's just take and bring the right elbow down to the right. Allow it to support the head and look up at the sky. Really draw that left shoulder back. Take a full in-breath. Reach to the crown of the head with the right and really elongate through that left side and back side of the neck. Really lengthen and then begin to feel a nice opening from the hip point all the way up to the floating ribs. Just a really deep stretch, really open up. I can really feel as I draw navel to spine, just working this core, opening up into that left psoas, and then slowly draw it back upright. Let's interlace the fingers back behind the head, bring the elbows out. Engage the core muscles, engage the leg muscles, and on an exhale, just allow the shoulder blades to come down and open up through the front body. Hug the shoulder blades towards the spine. Really allow the heart to open if that's appropriate for you. One more full deep breath. And then bring the crown of the head back upright. Bring the elbows forward, chin to chest. Soften into the knees and just slowly ragdoll forward. all the way down, crown of the head towards the earth, chin to chest. Allow the shoulder blades to move to the outer edges of the rib cage so that you're stretching through the middle and upper back. My knees are very soft. Actually, they are bent, and I'm just opening up through that upper back, middle back area. One more breath. Chin to chest, strong into the legs, and slowly roll back up. Let the hands be heavy, come all the way back upright. Sweep the elbows open. Take a full in-breath, and on the exhale, tip over to the right. Come all the way back upright and exhale over to the left. Draw it all the way back upright. And let's just take those interlaced fingers up to the sky. Take a full in-breath, and on the exhale, bend into the knees, round that back ribs like a cat spine. Really round, draw the palms forward. And on an in-breath, rise back up. Bend into the elbows and reshuffle by one finger load. Use an exhale to extend. Take a full in-breath, and again, on an exhale, find a nice cat spine. Navel to spine. Let the head roll right and left, working into that back nap. Really pull the shoulder blades down, navel to spine, strong into the legs. And then on an in-breath, rise all the way back up. On an exhale, release, bend into the knees. Let's take a nice big cross through, look up. And on the exhale, draw another, draw the arms inward, cross other arm in front, rise all the way back up. Step the feet together. Take a full in-breath, and on the exhale, let's take a prayer twist over to the left. Really hug the feet together, traction the elbow, long from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Take 2 nice deep breaths, engage the core muscles, press the inseams of the legs together. One more full deep breath. On an in-breath, let's raise all the way up to the sky, using our twist to detox organs. On the exhale, slowly melting. Keep the knees forward, inseams of the legs together, traction the left elbow, and roll all the way over to the side. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. One more full deep breath here, please. And then on an in-breath, rise all the way back up to the sky. And on an exhale, swan dive down. Hands onto the shin bones. Inhale, lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Bring it all the way up, palms together. Cross the thumbs, open up the fingers. On an exhale, bend into the knees and just melt all the way. Palms forward like a butterfly sitting to the earth. Inhale, lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend deeply into the knees, bring hands forward. Hug the inseams of the legs together. Reach nice and slow. Rock onto those heels and rise all of the way back up. Palms together and exhale down to the heart. Take a full in-breath and a full out-breath. Feel the aliveness of the moment. Feel the connection of movement to movement. From there, if you choose, grab your light weights, or the max weight I have is 5 pounds, and you don't have to use any weights. Come back to the center of your mat. Take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, we're going to step to the right. Bring the weights down, bring it back up, and over to the other side. Find your rhythm, take it side to side. Keep the shoulder blades pulled down as you move side to side. Breathing, keep the toes flexed. If you have any traction or any tension on that knee, feel the stretch on the inside leg. Feel the opening on the outside leg. Just a minute here. You can move quickly, you can move slow and methodically. Your slower version really allows you to use that strength. The faster version gives you more cardio. You'll also have to be mindful of where the physical body is in any moment. Take it side to side. 30 more seconds. Nice and easy or fast. Even if you're taking it slow and steady, I can feel that cardio building. I can really feel myself using those muscles to rise and lower. Almost there. You guys are doing a great job. Last one each side. Really feel yourselves pull that hip back and come back to neutral. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. Allow yourself, please, to bring the upper torso forward, knees bent slightly, and bring the weights down beside you. And we're just going to allow ourselves, please, to take a full in breath. And on the exhale, fold all the way forward. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. One more full deep breath here. And then allow yourself to bend into the knees, shoulder blades down, flat back, and rise all the way up. And we'll do 9 more of those. Soften into the knees, take your time, come down. Feel those back muscles work. Lifting all the way back up, strong into the legs. Rise up through the crown of the head. Really pull navel to spine to protect the back muscles as you come down. Just continue to find that flow. Find that beautiful focus. I can really feel when those back muscles engage. And I really allow the inseams of the legs to move towards each other, using all of the muscles to hug to the bones. Just continue to move at your pace, your rhythm. Exhale down, inhale up. 3 more. Sometimes you guys must wonder where I learned to count. I do lose count and I apologize. Rise back up, last one. And then come all the way back up. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. I'm going to use my lighter weights. 2 3-pound, no pounds. Place them right at the side of your mat or the front of your mat. It's lift up nice and tall. Take a full in breath and on an exhale, bend into the knees and slowly melt all the way down. Grab your weights. If you have them, I can curl my fingers underneath. And I'm going to take and bring my right leg back. I'm going to really firm into that left leg. I'm going to lengthen and lift all the way up. Warrior 3. Think warrior 3. Take a full in breath and after you exhale, bend into the left elbow and bring it up to the sky. Really suck or pull in that left shoulder and then release it back down and lift. Make sure you adjust your eyes to the earth, no tension into the neck, and just continue to lift that left arm. Good, and breathe. Stay flexed into the right leg. Imagine you've got that foot into a wall. Bending left elbow up to the sky, tucking that shoulder blade in. Good, one more. And release right leg down. Flat back, exhale, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Crown of the head to the earth. Take a full in-breath and a full out breath. If it is at this point possible, begin to press the knee creases back behind you, lengthening and stretching into the backs of the legs. Keep that stretch and then bend into the right knee and really stretch into the left leg. Feel that inversion that we're coming into. Switch, bend into the left knee and lengthen that right leg. And then both legs again. And then allow the hands to grab the weights again. Good. Engage the core muscles, shoulder blades down, and lift that left leg straight back behind. Warrior 3. Draw navel to spine. Lift up strong into the right leg. Don't let it. You can see how I'm leaning into it. I'm lifting up out of that right leg. I'm really pressing into the big toe mound, the right toe, the right outer edge, or the inner edge of the heel, lifting the instep and really engaging into that short foot. Take a full in-breath, and as you exhale, draw that right elbow up to the sky. Feel strong and long into that left arm, and bring it down. Bring it up, release it down. Nice and slow, full deep breaths. Please, no tension into the back of the neck or the head. You can gaze at that right foot onto the floor. Don't try to lift that head. And we have 4 more. Good, and breathe. Really lift up into that right leg, square the hips. Feel that flex into the left. And breathe. Release down. Left leg down. Allow yourself to soften into the knees. Bring your palms onto your thighs and slowly press up. We were in an inversion for a very long time. Lift all the way up. Reach up to the crown of the head. Slightly tuck the chin. Take a full in breath. And a full out breath. Full in breath. And a full out breath. Good. From there, I'm going to grab my light weights again. And I'm going to step my right foot back, left foot forward, and find a warrior 2. Allow the right arm, the weight is just resting on my right thigh. I'm going to really hug the feet towards each other. I'm going to keep those shoulders open the way that they should be. I'm going to really squeeze the hiney cheeks. Take a full in breath. And as you exhale, we're just going to take that right arm over to the left and then bring it back down. Reach and back down. Reach, back down, across the body. Bring it down. Keep navel to spine. Nice deep breaths. Good. 4 more. Feel that nice external rotation of that right shoulder. Feel the stretch as you reach across the body. Keep the core engaged to protect the back. Allow yourself to just rest that right elbow on right thigh. Tuck and roll that left shoulder back. And we're just going to allow the weight to roll into more towards the fingertips. And we're just going to roll it in and out, working into that wrist. Just a total of 10. Stay strong. Hug the feet towards each other. Feel that nice length of the spine. Feel the movement in the upper arm as you roll through that wrist. Feel the orchestration of the muscles. Really become the witness and the observer. And then bring it to stillness. And allow yourself, please, on an in-breath, to take that top arm to the sky. Hug the feet together. And just a 10 count here. Just lifting and strengthening. Feel that left shoulder blade really plug in as you lift and allow that weight to strengthen through the arms. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. Really make sure that that top shoulder blade is plugged in and lift right up into your warrior two. Take a full in breath, roll the front palm to the sky. Take and bind that back arm behind you, tuck that weight, if you have a weight, into your right waistline, and then come into evolve warrior two. Really pull that top arm, that shoulder blade down. Use the back forearm to breathe. And we're just gonna lift that weight to the sky and bend into the elbow to just come to the side. Number 3, 10 please. Take it nice and slow. Working into the tricep, bicep. Good, 3 more. Use your back forearm to protect your back. Stay strong into your feet. And then allow yourself to lengthen the legs, bring the weights down. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. If you can, close your eyes and see if you can just feel sensations into the muscles that you've just used. Take a full in breath, and as you exhale, let's begin to come into triangle. So I'm just going to keep this back arm with the weight resting as I use my breath to deepen into the triangle. Only come down as far as feels appropriate. Really lifting from the bottom shoulder to the top shoulder. Lifting maybe all 5 front toes as you roll that back hip open. Eyes can be to the earth, no tension into the face or neck. 1 more breath. We're going to take that top weight, soften into that right knee, and just come right forward into a low lunge. Allow yourself to find that nice length. 1 more breath. And then sweep and bring the left hand inside the right hand inside that right foot. Lengthen through that left arm and bring the right arm forward. Keep the hips square. Keep the eyes on the earth. Feel the strength. Pull that right shoulder blade down. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. Just feel that arm begin to burn. And then slowly bring it all the way back down to the earth. And we're just going to walk to the center of the mat. Allow yourself to just leave the weights there if you have them. And bring the crown of the head down to the floor. And then slowly walk over and grab the right ankle with the left hand and find a nice stretch. Work into your neck. Let this be juicy. Feel that nice stretch. Walk back to the center and over to the other leg. To the left. Hold and stretch. Plug the shoulder blade in. Release it to the outer edge. Just really feel a nice stretch. And then very gently walk it back to the center. Allow yourself to grab the weights. Lift a nice long spine. Really engage navel to spine. Feel the length of the spine. Reach through the crown of the head. Feel the tailbone. Slowly begin to open up the left toes and begin to walk over to the left. Come into your low lunge, setting our foundation. And then pivot onto the back heel. Allow yourself to pull that left hip into the midline, navel to spine, and bring the weights right to your hips, your waistline. Press and rise right up, warrior two. Good, and breathe. Shoulder blades down. Nice deep breaths. Really hug those shoulder blades together. Lengthen out to the arms. Roll that left knee to the left. And then very, very gently bring that right arm down. Allow yourself to bring that left elbow down. Open up into side angle. Good. Let the weight go more so towards the fingertips and just roll that wrist in and out. Nice. Building strength into the wrist. I'm also loosening my thumb as the weight rolls down into the tips of the fingers. And then as I pull it back up, I'm really wrapping that thumb around. I keep drawing that left hip back. One more breath. One more wrist movement. Good. Allow yourself to really hug in now. And maybe sweep that top arm to the sky. Good. Just hold this angle pose in your warrior two, this nice angle pose. And breathe. Nice deep breaths. Really draw that top shoulder blade down. Allow the weight of the weight to just strengthen that arm. Feel yourself not use that arm resting on the thigh. You can really hug the feet towards each other, rise up out of the spine, and let that elbow be very soft. And then we're just going to bend into that top elbow and bring it back up if you choose. Make sure you keep that shoulder blade engaged. Number 5. Good, and breathe. Be very, very careful with that weight by the head. Always being safe. Really working on the trap here. Rise right back up, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Let's bring the hands down and just allow the arms to rest. Take a full in-breath and a full out. Gently begin to find your triangle pose, lengthen out into it. Opening up, that feels safe. You can take that top arm to the sky. If you're tired, just leave it on the side. Breathe and open. Nice full deep breaths. Eyes to the earth if the neck is getting tired. Breathe fully and completely. One more breath. Good. Soften into that left knee. Bring the top arm down. Find your low lunge. Good. Breathe here. Long from the spine. And then step back into plank. You can come down onto your knees. You can come down onto your forearms, your choice. If you need to, come down into Sphinx Cobra. You can take 2 steps back, 2 steps forward. You need to really make sure that you keep those shoulder blades plugged in, moving forward and back. This really allows you to work that lower belly core. It's like using the wheel on the floor and rolling forward and rolling back. And 5 more. If you're in your Sphinx Cobra, just allow your elbows to come back. Look about 3 feet in front of your hands. Good, last one. And very gently come down onto the knees. If you're in Sphinx Cobra, press. Come all the way back into Child's Pose, please. Take a full in breath and full out breath. One more full deep breath here. And then bring the palms back, press up into tabletop. Just do some cat-cows. Find a beautiful rhythm. Use that exhale to engage the pelvic floor, the navel to spine, chin to chest. Really feel that nice core connection, maybe add a rock to it. Last one. Let's come all the way back forward, please. Tuck your toes under. Come into a nice down dog and do a nice runner stretch. You can also do that from tabletop if you would like. Really press the sitting bones all the way up to the sky. Maybe lift onto one foot and roll to the standing foot. Switching sides. Working into that stretch of the back legs. And then very gently walking the feet all the way forward to the hands. Nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. With an in-breath, just rise up into chair pose. Make sure you feel the big toe mound, pinky toe mound. Rock on the heels. Press into the big toes and lift the other 4 toes up off the floor. Squeeze imaginary blocks between the thighs. Excuse me. One more breath. And then on an in-breath, rise up and exhale, palms to the heart. I invite you to take it to a table, a chair, whatever you might need. So let's come into a little bit of a balance pose. So you can use blocks, you can use a table. We're going to take and bend into the knees and take the right ankle to the left knee. And we're going to allow ourselves to begin to sit down. So you can see that I'm just using the table as I come into this standing pigeon for a little bit of balance. See if you can bring your palms together, flex into that right foot, and find a balance. You can even let those prayer hands rest on the table. And here you want to just really feel that stretch into that right hip. Another couple breaths here. If you have the flexibility, you can bring the fingertips to the floor, bend into your elbows, and use that though as if it is a shelf. And really open into that stretch into the right hip. Feel that nice opening so that that sciatica nerve can really soften. As the muscles release, you have to release them. One more breath. You can lift up onto the fingertips, bring your fingertips onto the table, or you can use your balance and just slowly or quickly come all the way back upright. Find a nice modified tree pose. Press that right ankle into the left thigh. Find your focal point. Move arms or don't move arms. Really finding that time for balance and just honoring whatever arises. It could be that your tree is in the wind and all over the place. That's okay too. And then slowly release. I'm going to just swirl my hips each direction. I can come into a squat or I can bring hands back behind. What do you need before we come into the other side? Before you come into the other side, take a moment and take a full breath and just breathe into that right side. Notice any sensations, or perhaps you're feeling it more so on the left. Let's switch. So taking and bringing left ankle to right knee, softening into that right knee, squaring hips and shoulders, using the hands onto the table, and just hold there. Keep the hips square, no tension into the face or neck, shoulder blades are down. Maybe you can begin to progress down a little bit further, maybe one hand on the table, one hand on the floor, maybe not. Maybe you try to just find a little balance. Your hands are right there to steady you out. Just stay with it. Just be with whatever arises. Maybe you can take the hands down to the floor. Remember that balance is always a practice. And why do we come to our yoga mat? We come to our yoga mats to practice. So there's no reason to allow ourselves to get upset for whatever arises. It's always a practice. And so we're always gentle and loving and caring about our attitude in our practice. As you're ready, slowly rise back up. You can use the table. I can use the table and I fell out. Come back up. I'll turn around so you can see. And a different version of a tree pose is just to hold that foot, draw the other knee down. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly release down. Give those legs a shake. Move away back to your mat. We use the table. And then allow yourself to just transition all the way down onto the sitting bones. Lengthen those legs out, please. Point into the toes. Let the fingers face all the way to the back of the mat, to the side of the mat. Or you can take the inner wrist to the back of the mat. Really just puff your heart, pull the shoulder blades down. You can take the head back, or you can just feel this nice stretch into the shoulders. Keep that navel to spine and just externally rotate those shoulders. Feel that beautiful opening into the heart. 2 more breaths here. And then if it feels appropriate, changing hands if you need. Let's lift up into inverted plank. And you don't have to lift the hips up off the floor if you have shoulder issues. Allow yourself to really keep lifting. Squeeze the glutes together. Opening that heart. Feel the strength in the arms. Point into the toes. Try to place the tops of the bottom of the toes right onto the floor. Good, 2 more breaths. Really lift from the heart. Pull the shoulder blades down, make it to spine, and then gently bring the tailbone down. Bring the arms forward, and let's just gently shake into those wrists. I can really feel that stretch. Bring the arms up to the sky, chin to the chest. Let's just slowly roll all the way down. Touch the palms beside the hips on an in-breath. Bring the arms up overhead. Chin to chest, look at your feet, and roll all the way back up. Open the heart, roll all the way back down, nice and slow. If you need to, you can grab the mat. Make sure you take a nice deep stretch, and then chin to chest, and roll all the way back up. Nice deep breath in and out. Take it nice and slow, feel the engagement. Always lift chin to chest before you lift up. Use a nice exhale to lift up. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Look up. Exhale, rise up. Tuck it in. Use an exhale to roll all the way back down. Inhale, arms up overhead. Chin to chest. Exhale, rise. You can use your arms to help. The way of doing this modified one. 3 more. Just using different muscle groups as we come into this front belly core. 2 more. Make sure you really engage navel to spine. Last one. Allow yourself to bend deeply into the knees and on an exhale, swan dive forward. Allow yourself to really broaden through the back ribs. Pull the shoulder blades to each respective side and imagine that you're just broadening that back side of the body, of the upper torso. Imagine it's a kite just catching the wind and feel it just expand left and right and from the base of the spine all the way through the crown of the head. On an in-breath, let's rise up. We're going to bend into that left knee, grab the ankle, the outer edge of the foot, and we're going to bring it across the body. So if I come this direction, you can see. We just want to work again in stretching where we have the piriformis, which can trap that sciatica nerve. We're going to just rock forward and back. And then just take it side to side. You can place this hand wherever you would like on the low back. And then just gently bring it all the way out to the side and open up. Lift up to the heart. Good, and then transition it all the way up. Bring it towards you. And then gently release it back down, nice and slow. Use that leg strength. And let's do the other leg, the right leg. Take it across the body. Lift up from the base of the spine. Again, a nice twist. Keep that left leg anchored, all 5 left toes to the sky. And do yes and no with that leg over to the side. Just breathing into the stretch. Opening up all of this space now into this right glute area. And then we'll take it out to the side and take the stretch. Press into the heel, really lift up. And then very gently bring your body forward and just bring that leg, that lifted right leg up towards the upper torso. Find the stretch. Knee can be soft if you need. And then just gently release. Engage the core muscles. And slowly roll it all the way down. And bring that right leg down. Please bend into the knees. Look up and make sure that you're centered in your bridge foundation. Walk your feet back. Feet hip width apart. Tuck the chin into the hollow of the throat. And on an exhale, rise up into your bridge pose. Take a couple of breaths there. I use my hands on the edges of my mat to bring my tailbone closer to my heels so that I can really lift. I can continue to hold the mat to really secure. And then I'm going to lift the left tiny cheek. I'm going to squeeze it, and then the right. And I'm just going to alternate. I'm just going to keep squeezing so I can really quantify feeling the engagement of each of the glutes, left to right. And you'll notice as you do this, your tailbone gets higher. You keep lifting as you squeeze, and you keep opening left and right. And then allow yourself to come to a nice centered bridge position. No tension into the face or neck, and just pulse. 20 pulses. Breathe. Really squeeze the glutes. You can feel that nice burn in the glutes. Stay strong into the feet. Find the short foot with the instep lifted. And then use an exhale to come all the way down. Allow yourself to do 3 pelvic tilts. Oh my goodness, I can feel that as I draw imprint to the low back. From there, tuck the chin in and allow yourself to bring that left leg straight up to the sky. You can keep the right knee bent if you need and just hover the right foot. Or you can lengthen out the right leg and hover the right leg. And then bring the arms up overhead. Pull the edges of the shoulders off the earth, imprint the back. Squeeze an imaginary block and breathe. So this again is a warrior three or a modified warrior three. Remember, if your right knee is bent, just hover that right foot and really press into the low back on both sides to keep that back imprinted. You can look up if you need. You can place your head under a block or you can keep the head on here. 10 more seconds. Nice deep breaths. Really imprint low back. Notice where your right extended leg can be, or just keep hovering that foot, keep pressing the imprint of that back, and hug the knees in, rock side to side. Full deep breaths in and out. Chin to chest, and just hug into a teeny tiny little P. Ooh, pull the knees away and round into the back ribs. Kind of like a bowl. Think of yourself as a bowl. Really stretching up through the shoulders and release back down. Rock the head side to side. And we'll switch. So left foot just hovering above the earth. Right leg up to the sky, or you can lengthen that left leg out. You can bring your hands up above your heart. If you want to add more, bring them over your ball so that the arms are hovering off the earth. You can look up, you can use one hand hold if you would like. And engage. Keep that low back imprinted. Breathe. Remember that left knee can be bent. Just cover the left foot. Right off the mat. Just go enough like a slip of paper. It's just between your foot and the mat. Stay in that nice imprint. Breathe. Engage, navel to spine. 10 more seconds. Breathing fully and completely. Last one. Chin to chest, hug in. Knees wrapped in above the rib cage, head side to side. Allow yourself to grab the back of the thighs. We're just going to roll right up to the sitting bones. Transition and come all the way down onto the bellies, please. So allow yourself to stack the palms, one on top of the other. Bring the forehead down. Make sure that the entire body is in line. Tuck all 10 toes underneath. Please keep your forehead. You're going to see me lift my head up so that you can hear me talk. Please keep your forehead on the stacked palm. Tuck your toes under and just allow yourself to take a deep stretch through the back of the legs. And then very gently bring the knees down and untuck the toes. Bend into the right knee and stand that right foot right on the sky. You should feel both thighs on the earth. Really anchor that left leg. So you're going to lift the left kneecap, press into the top of the left foot, keep the forehead on the palm, and you're just going to lift that right foot, go as if you're bringing that whole thigh right off the floor. Really squeeze that right hind cheek. This is so good to strengthen the tush as well as the low back. As we have a strong tush, we have more stability for that back. 20 here, just breathing. Lift that right thigh off the floor, keep the foot flexed. If you get a cramp, please pull out and release it. Just continue to move. Nice and easy. Full deep breaths. Last one, and release. Bring the palms beside the rib cage. Slowly rise up into up dog. Roll all the way back into child's pose. Take a full in breath and a full out breath. On the in breath, allow the palms to really engage. Bring the hips forward into up dog. Pull the shoulder blades down. Bend into the elbows. Bring the elbows straight back and come all the way back down. Restack the palms, but bring the other one on top. Forehead down. Elongate the legs. Lift the right leg, anchor it down and back. Lift the kneecap. Bend into the left knee. Really press the entire left thigh into the earth. Engage it so you can really feel it. Feel both hip points on the floor. Forehead stays on the palms. And then lift slowly that left foot up, squeezing that left tush. 20 times if that is good for you. It's better to have quality than quantity. Nice deep breaths. Breathing. Keep that right leg anchored and strong. Just lifting and strengthening that left glute. You can actually feel those back muscles engage. And 5. Good. Breathe. Last one. Release. Bring the palms beside the rib cage. Lift up cobra. Exhale down. Inhale cobra. Maybe a little higher, maybe not. Remember cobra, you keep your points on the floor. One more cobra. Press and come all the way back into child's pose. Lift up into tabletop. Come on, feet to one side, come down onto the opposite hip. Just allow yourself to bring the feet together into butterfly. Lift up really nice and tall. And bring the hands back behind you. Let the fingertips be towards the back of the mat. And again, squeeze the shoulder blades together and just puff the heart. Press the feet together and then draw the knees, the outer out seams of the legs towards the mat. Feel that opening. Don't tweak the low back. And then allow yourself to bring one hand forward and then the other and just fold forward into a nice butterfly. Allow the back to be flat or rounded, what feels good to you. You can take and do a nice no with the head side to side. You can take and lean to the left and stretch to the right back rib wall, the lower back rib wall. I'm using my elbows to traction into my shin bones to get that nice stretch. Bring the sternum and the head back to the center and then roll over to the right. Use that elbow to traction and open up into that left lower back. One more full deep breath here. And then bring the entire upper torso back in line with the lower torso to the center. And on an in-breath, gently rise all the way back up. Woo, from there, keep the feet together, slide them forward. Lift up nice and tall and just begin to hinge forward. Maybe you take your hands underneath or maybe just on top. But let the legs be really nice and long. We have a nice diamond shape that we've created with the legs. We'll just take 5 breaths here, our last stretch today. Just really allowing everything to soften. Notice where you feel any tension or tightness and use the breath to soften out of that. One last breath. And then very, very gently lift all the way back upright. Lengthen out the legs, give them a nice shake. And then bring the palms to the heart. Have an absolutely luscious day. Stay in the flow of life.